Okay, hi Weola again. So, my question is about all the this is all one, and I want to grow my inclusivity and be unconditional as much as possible.
Why do you want to be unconditional?
Because I know that this is just that love is all that is, and I just want to feel it towards everything.
Well, love is unconditional, but there are always conditions while you're interacting with anything that you're giving your attention to. And therefore you can be that love, and you are that love consistently emanating that. But when you check in with a wider perspective, when you unfocus from what is, when you unfocus and switch the flashlight of attention instead of being a potent, specific beam into what you're observing to be more dispersed, that is the time when you not grow, but allow the natural inclusiveness to be predominant.
Okay. My question is, I would love you to help me understand how what we are as humans perceive as evil is of the divine, if all is one. It's this doesn't line up in my mind. If you can...
So what do you consider evil is the question.
I don't know, crappy stuff that humans do to others.
And we want to bring to your attention, the evil implies that it's on purpose, and we can assure you that none of that appears as evil is ever on purpose.
It's not?
If you were to take on purpose part, you would not look at it as evil. You will look at it as somebody's process of evolution. Well, give us an example what you consider is evil, and we'll walk you through it. What is the most present evil on your mind right now?
Torturing kids, pedophilia, and having pleasure from torture.
And so you believe that someone is doing this on purpose.
Yeah.
Someone is doing this because they believe this is the only way they can feel satisfaction.
Yeah.
Which is not true. And if you really want to experience and find new layers of inclusiveness, we know this is the reason why you asked the question. You want to be inclusive of those people too. You want to love those people too. You want to see those people in light too. For as from a wider perspective, they're equal to you, who would never do such horrid things. They're never doing it because it's satisfying to them. They're doing it because they believe that is the only way they can get a satisfaction. And therefore, that is really the only reason why ever will anyone do something, is because they did not have an opportunity to experience anything different. They got themselves in their own bubble of certain things, and they feel like they cannot get away from that. And we say you want to keep them in the light. You want to keep in the light someone that is of consequence to that, such as those children, and you want to keep in light those who are doing it. Because that is really what all inclusiveness means. That you're ready to see, to know that no one has that intention. For us from a wider perspective, as you so brilliantly said, everyone is love. Now, can you see those torturers also as love is really how you measure your inclusiveness?
Yeah, I'm far from there, probably.
And that's okay. Understanding that you cannot understand, and we know that your mind will have hard time understanding this, and this is why you get to the wider perspective, you get yourself to unfocus from those things to see that in the essence, all is one, that in the essence, all is love. And sometimes because there is so much attention outwards and so much measurement outwards and so much of that it's mistaken for that who these people are. In other words, so many of those that you describe believe that they are self and somebody else is self. Whereas if they were to see what you know, what you get to experience more and more of, is if they were to feel that they are one with those that are giving pain to in any form, that their reflection of them, they would really not pursue that anymore. And in time, holding the steady, even for those, elevates not only the ones who suffered from it to reintegrate into their own power, but for those to reintegrate in that power too, so they never do it again.
But probably like in another lifetime, right?
Oftentimes it can be done within the moments. It does not have to be within the lifetimes. If there was sufficient number of those or sufficient exposure to those who see them in that light, if there was sufficient number of those who will offer it, not for any other reason, but it's one of the most prominent history figures. If everyone was to be more like Jesus, there would no be people who would be hurting other people, because there will be more reflection of that which is within everyone. And so this is what the evolution and conscious evolution is always consistently moving towards, is that if there was the one more holding the steady, accepting someone, including someone with no matter how wrong they may appear to others, they would start seeing that light within them too, and remember who they really are, and therefore transformation can be instantaneous.
Yeah. I think something like in me recognized it finally. Like, I saw it. Thank you.
This is just the beginning of the remaining boundaries that are going to start crumbling for you because of this conversation. You have, as everyone else has, an opportunity to be such a steady light. For as when you find it for yourself, when you find all of that inclusiveness for yourself, you cannot not share it with others. But as you're doing that, as you're pulling to be more exclusive, lest you get picky, who are you including next? Who are you including next? Might as well include as many and as much as possible, for as that is the most satisfying way for you to be physically focused. And that is the time where some might see you as an alien, some might see you as someone who is weird, some may see you like someone who is not human. And that is really the time when you're living your full-fledged human experience. This is not unattainable idea. This is a birthright for every focusing mechanism coming into physicality. In appreciation of all of your wonderful conversations, we will allow you to integrate, especially to integrate this last conversation. Very beneficial, not only to you, but with everyone who will interact with it. In appreciation of all that you are, the light that you are sharing, and that which is inclusiveness that has no limits for now.
Thank you.
That's it. Hmm.